Hi, welcome back to GBGuns. We're out today with 5 guns they forgot to tell you about. To start things off, we'll explore the Honor Guard by Honor Defense, and then we'll move on to the PPQ SC by Walther, and then the Steyr M9-A1, followed by the Grand Power K100, and finally the Masada by IWI. What we're going to do is give you our impressions prior to shooting, shoot a couple of rounds, and then explain our impressions of the firearm after that, because it can change. So my first impressions of the Honor Guard is it's nice and slim. It fits really well in my hand. I cannot drop the slide with my thumb or with the magazine in. But once I do, it's nice and compact. I could easily conceal this. I can get a nice solid grip on it. The texturing is nice, but not too rough. Like, I don't feel if it was in a holster against my body that it would be too aggressive. I'm kind of excited and interested to see how I'll feel about this after shooting it. It's kind of a comparison to what my first impression of this is. The same. It's got a great fit. As I said, it was very controllable. Nothing surprising. The sights are on. They're not weird. You don't have to get accustomed to anything. The only negative that I can see is the slide release with my thumb is not possible.
So the Honor Guard, Honor Defense, a favorite of mine among the single stack 9s because, well, it's everything everybody was asking for and trying to do to their Glock 43 and their shield out of the box. The grip texture works, it sticks to your hand. You can change the back strap here for flat or rounded depending on what you prefer, and it doesn't hurt to shoot. It's not that all single stack 9s do, but some of the really popular ones aren't that much fun on the range. And folks who buy these as their first gun or their one gun because they want to carry a gun, but of course they need to practice, go to the range. And if it hurts to practice at the range, you're not going to practice very much, you're not going to get skills. The Honor Guard doesn't hurt, it's pleasant, and it works. I had to learn grip angle. You saw as I raised and dropped the first couple times to get my sight alignment, and then it was on.
Next, with the Walther PPQ SC, once I have that mag in with the extended finger rest on it, it's very comfortable. It's a little wide, but not so wide that once I get my other hand up there that I can't maintain a decent grip. I can work the slide, and very compact, making it will make it really concealable. Double stack, so I get more than 7 or 8 rounds, which is nice. I'm excited to see what my impressions will be after this. I love how easily that slide release operates. Ooh. Trigger is right there. And it jumps quite a bit. I'm having to really control my hands and my grip. There's more. This is fun to shoot, but it scares me a little bit at how smooth that trigger is with the amount of jump that I get from the weight of the front of the gun. not I'm not confident that I would be comfortable carrying this for those reasons.
Oh, flinch! PPQ SC, everything I like about the PPQ in a smaller size. Didn't bring the 15 round mag out today. That gives you the full length grip. Just leaves you with this short, super fast slide and that quick trigger. As you saw there when I just decided to run it, it is a fast trigger and an equally fast slide. This is for the trained professional, I guess you could say. As far as a carry gun, it is a carry size. You just got to keep in mind that that dingus on the trigger is your effective safety. So keep things away from the trigger till you're ready to shoot, right? Basic safety rule. It does flip, right? It's got that snappiness that small guns do, but it completes its flip back down parallel, ready to shoot again. And once you get comfortable with that rhythm, it's not too bad. It just can be a little jarring at first.
All right, the Steyr M9-A1. This gun is very comfortable, and it has a nice large magazine. I can work the slide with one hand. I've got great positioning with my finger. I definitely have both hands on there. It's a little larger than what I could conceal, and I'm excited to see how my impressions change after we shoot it. So the sights threw me initially, and for it being a little bit longer, it had a lot more flip than I was expecting. Still very comfortable. I like it.
Different grip angle. Takes some getting used to that grip angle. You can see how deep and high that cuts. That keeps it feeling very flat in the hand. You don't have a whole lot of mass traveling past your wrist, but it is a different angle. And so just like going back and forth between the classic 1911 angle, the classic Glock angle, as you pull up, your sight's gonna be off a little. You gotta learn it. You gotta learn this gun. The sights also do take a little getting used to. Their trapezoidal sight system that Steyr is famous for. They are interchangeable. You can get 3-dot sights for it. Once you get used to it, it really grabs your attention on the front sight post, and you put it at the bad guy and you squeeze and you're good. So it's not a huge learning curve. If you find it yourself too good for that learning curve, then you can go back to your basic stuff. But really, folks, I wouldn't be afraid of these sights at all. The grip angle for me is the main thing. If I shot it more often, it wouldn't be a problem at all. The trigger is predictable, has a nice wall, and despite the styling being maybe dated by today's standards, the ergonomics are great.
So the Grand Power K100 with the 15 round magazine, also kind of large like the Steyr was, and the mag release is a little hard for me to work, but once it's down, it's great. What is weird is this barrel. It just sounds funny to me. We'll see how that affects the shooting. Very, very pleasant shooting. Although it's a little beefy, I did have to take a little break. I could have ran them all, but I felt like that my grip was slipping a little bit. And that could be just because I can't really get a good squeeze in here. Although I can get all my fingers on because I got small hands. That squeeze is important for me. The trigger is very right there right now, and if you're not expecting that, that could be dangerous. But just for shooting, loads and loads of fun.
Safety on, external safety, single action, double action. That was hot brass. It's no secret I'm a huge Grand Power fan, and this K100, this exact gun, is one of my carry guns. For me, the size, I can get my whole hand on it. Recoil incredibly controllable thanks to that rotating barrel system. And well, you can't really beat single action. Means you're just dropping the hammer, so it's a very crisp trigger. Let's say that round didn't go off or you have some type of malfunction, you can pull again and get a double action, pulling and releasing the hammer. So you've got reliability to trust that even if you've abused your carry ammo, chances are you can set it off with this thing. Very controllable recoil, that means you're not going to jump, so when you have to take a very important shot, such as a self-defense shot in a crowded city, I believe with a smooth shooting gun like this and a trigger like this, it gives you the chance to take a good shot.
And the Masada by IWI. This is also a larger frame gun. I don't think it's one that I would attempt to conceal at all. I am able to work the mag release. I like that it has the rail here. You could add a light to it. I've got great finger position. Let's shoot these. So while this is nice to shoot, and I really enjoy the trigger on this, not getting my hand all the way around, but the shape of the backstrap, which I believe is interchangeable, fits well for me. What didn't work for me, if I was testing this for a carry gun, was the amount of flip that it has in the front was not allowing me to keep my left hand where it belongs. It was rocking out of my position, which is why I had to pause a couple of times. The sights are on, but it seems to always hit low, so rather than damage the wood on our target, I was aiming a little bit high. But overall, my impressions of this are that it is a very pleasant shooting gun.
Masada. Always a bummer when you're just getting in the groove and you run out of ammo. The Masada was plagued by, well, a false early release or early announcement, if you will, out of Israel, because it was available over there. It wasn't available here in the US for about 2 years. And so by the time it came about, everyone kind of forgot. Add on to that, sights that seem to be zeroed for 25 meters means that unless you read the manual, you're going to be confused and frustrated that you can't hit anything. It does luckily have an optics cut, so you can put an optic on there and fix that. But for about the same cost as your optics, you can just change the sights and not need batteries. That being said, a full-size gun is hard to beat when it comes to comfort. Very comfortable to shoot because you've got a lot to hold on to. You've got extra mass to help soak up recoil, and that longer sight radius, longer barrel, more weight out front, easier to aim, less flip. With this rail here, there's no reason why this wouldn't make an excellent house gun, nightside gun, bedside gun, whatever, with completely, truly ambidextrous controls. It also means you can swap hands without having to worry about things, just like the Grand Power, and someone who's left-handed pick one up and use it without any struggles.